Why peace? The world will tell you this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs, this is what the world needs. But 7 billion people on the face of this earth are crying out for one thing and one thing alone, and that is peace. And peace is not the absence of war. I travel not because I like to travel. I travel so I can say this. What you're looking for is inside of you, and you should be in peace.
From Broward has been traveling for 40 years, inspiring people around the world to find peace within.
Buenos dias, shalom, buongiorno, guten tag, bonsoir Montreal. I go and I talk to people, and I present them with the possibility of themselves discover the peace that lies within you. There's something that's so simple that I want to talk about. I know people have come here to hear about peace. I'll get to that. Because that's not difficult. That's easy. And the reason why it's easy is the peace that you're looking for. And even as we speak, is already inside of you. All of it that you could ever want. But let's talk about this one element. It's a very interesting element called time. Now, I don't profess to be a professor or the most knowledgeable person on this planet Earth. I'm not. There are people who are very knowledgeable than me. But one thing that I heard once said that when this world started, this universe started, time was there. And I thought about this, from nothing to something. The very first start, the very first beginning. And when something changes, time is there. When something is destroyed, the time is there. When something is created, the time is there. When something is sustained, the time is there. Everything that happens, the time is there. And when it goes from happening to not happening, the time is there. And then there's our little sayings, the time and tide wait for no one. So when you really start to get into it, really get into it, and start thinking about this prevalent force, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Gravity changes it, speeds it up. Like light. Gravity can bend light. And same way, time reacts. So, why am I talking about time? That's the one thing that you say you don't have. I don't have the time for this. I don't have the time for that. I'm too busy. I got this to do. I don't have the time. My God, if I only had the time. So why am I talking about time? Well, the reason why I'm talking about time is because this is your time. And you better understand that. That this is your time. For billions of years, this earth has existed in one form, changing. Oh my God, changing like you wouldn't believe. But right now, the fact that you are alive, this is your time. What is the miracle? What do we see? What do we appreciate? What do we know? What do we learn? What do we understand every single day? Are we the victims of our circumstances? Or are we appreciating? Beautiful word, appreciate. To know the price of, to know the value. That's what appreciate means. To know the value of being alive, of existence, the value of this breath, the value of being able to think, the value of being able to experience, the value of being able to understand, the value of knowing, the value of being fulfilled, and the value of peace. The value of peace. I talk about peace, and I know people don't get it. Because to them, peace is something else. It's somebody else's car. It's not your car. It's somebody else's situation. What is peace? Immediately, the word comes world peace. Why? Because we project world peace, not personal peace. Not, hey, okay, world peace, good idea, maybe, but I gotta begin with myself. Remember what I said? This is your time now. Now is the key word. Not time. Now is the key word. You are alive. That's it. You are alive. But do you know it? Do you know it? Do you know it? Do you understand it? What it means to exist? No, the thoughts go to what is happening today? What are we going to do today? Are we going for a picnic? I mean, I don't want, this is what will happen. I don't want to be a boring day today. Have you ever been bored? You don't have to answer that. But may I present a thought, how could you be bored? Ever. When the most exciting thing is happening. Life. When this breath is coming into you, how could you be bored? Have you ever felt lonely? Stephen, a little bit, a little melancholy, a little lonely. How could you? Just a thought, how could you? When the divine is keeping you company. Oh, not just somebody. I mean, we're not talking about, just somebody with 15 different Mr. and Doctor and Captain or this or that or that. No, the divine. Hello, the divine. That was, is, and will be, regardless of us. Regardless of us. We're just here for a little time, really. Relatively speaking of the creation of this earth, we're here for a very short period of time. So, one option, carry on with the confusion of the world. In the same option, be a believer. Believe away. Believe away whatever you want. The believing doesn't have any limits. I believe tomorrow I'm going to be 8 feet tall. So, that's one alternative. There is another alternative. And I'm advocate of that alternative. That alternative starts with knowing. To know thyself. To know who you are. Not believing, knowing. Kabir says, nobody is poor, nobody is hungry, everybody is rich, but they have forgotten to open this package. Because if they could just open this package, they would be rich beyond belief. There's a mythical musk deer. And this musk deer wanders the forest looking for the smell of the musk in its navel. And it searches and searches and searches and searches, but it doesn't know that the smell is coming from its own navel. Same way, what you are looking for, Kabir says, is within you, but you do not know it. And to know that is the second option. Don't you love it? Don't you love it? I mean, wow, what an option! What an option! And of course, being the advocate of this option, I don't think there's an option. But your choice. Your choice, you have an option. And when you get to know that reality that is pulsing within you, you know what's going to happen? So, I told you I'll talk about that later. Here's the later. You will be in peace. That's how you get to peace. You love the peace that resides in your heart. You love the divine that pulses through you, uninvited, but because of generosity, the presence exists. And that is the day you begin. When you are in peace, you begin to understand what fulfillment means. Fulfillment. Taking firm understanding of your life to move forward with surety every single day. With complete understanding that what you want is success, not failure. Success. But the success begins from the recognition of success, and the success is that you are here alive. This is success, not failure. This is success. But if you don't know it, and that's why Socrates said, know thyself. Kabir said, what you're looking for is inside of you. Always has been, always will be. This is a blessing that you have. But it takes is to accept in your life. You want peace? Peace is not difficult. Peace is not far from you. Peace is no big accomplishment. Really isn't. Look within. Look within. And then I have something to tell you about looking within. A lot of people go, what are you talking about? Look within. I don't see anything. No problem. If you don't see yourself, if you do not see your inner self, the reason is very simple. You are very far away. Come a little closer. And the closer you come, the more you will see. And the more you will see, the more impressed you will be. The more touched you will be. The more you will understand what it is that you have been missing out on. And then you will know why I am the advocate for option 2. Not 1. So my advice is very simple. You want peace in your life? Come a little closer. You want to know yourself? Come a little closer. You want to see the miracle of miracles? The infinite. That's the divine. In the finite, dancing? Come a little closer. That's all you have to do. Come a little closer. To, not to somebody else, to your own self. That's what it takes. That's what it takes. Your choice. I'm here to present this possibility. And I say to people, peace is not far away from you. Some people think I just say these things. I mean every word about peace that I have said. You need help coming close to yourself? I can help. I can help. That's what I've been doing for a lot of years. Over 40 years, this is what I've been doing. If you people think, and there are people in this world that think, it's going to be impossible to have peace, then I have news for you. It's already there. That's why it works in prisons. You saw that video? How could it work in a prison? I mean, my God! How could it? I mean, do you realize the environment that they're in? It's like hopeless. Hopeless. But does peace care about the prison walls? No. There is only one prison that can keep peace from manifesting itself, and that is the prison of ignorance. My strategy is introduce knowing. Knowing gets rid of ignorance. And in walks the peace, because it's already there. This is about discovering, not creating. We all need peace, because that is the highest form of our expression as a human being, to be in peace.